Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the class. And today we are continuing the chapter political parties, as we had seen about the political parties on 21st of May 2022. After that, we are meeting right now. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So last time we had seen about the political parties, what is actually political party and why do we need political parties, what is the structure and what is the feature of what are the features of political parties. After that, we had seen the comprehensive functions of the political parties, like contesting elections, uh, means policies and programs. They make the laws. The leaders, those who are elected, they are making the laws and all. Okay. Even what kind of government is being run over there. Role of opposition, that is very, very important. Okay. He see here. Question number 5. Explain any two functions each of the ruling party as well as of the opposition parties. So these are the functions of the ruling parties. These make laws and form and run the governments. After that, the features, or we can say the functions of opposition parties are given here. Okay. And those are very, very important. Understood? Because see, as we also live in the democratic country, and living in the democratic country, we have all rights with us. All rights with us in the sense, at least our fundamental rights are with us, and nobody can snatch them away from us, right? So using these fundamental rights, we may even have the right to change the government into the next regime if we do not like the functions of the ruling party right now, or ruling government right now. Okay. And in this case, the opposition party makes a lot of differences there, makes a lot of differences there, as it always hammers to the common people, as as if the common people have mistakenly they elected the ruling party, and now the ruling party is doing something wrong to them. Okay. This kind of scenario they try to bring in front of the common people. Okay. Always. After that, we had seen the necessity of political parties, that is modern democracy cannot exist without political parties. Yes, it is very, very true that a modern democracy is not without the political parties. Are you getting the point? Students, am I audible there?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Now it is time to understand that how many parties should we have? How many parties should we have there? As if suppose we are saying that the in the democratic country, there must be the political parties. Now, how many parties should be there? How many parties should? So what happened in democracy? In a democracy, any group or we may say any group of individuals that is free to form the political party. Now see, I just told you about our rights, which are the fundamental means those are called as fundamental rights. Fundamental rights. So all the citizens are having these rights. All the citizens are having. Okay. Means the person, whether the person is the prime minister or the president, whether the person is a beggar in the country, he has also right to go for cast his vote and even to form the political party. But while seeing the scenario in case of beggar, it is not possible. Okay. I was just telling you that any citizen is having that right. Okay. So any democratic system must allow at least two parties. How many parties? Two parties to compete in elections and even to provide a fair chance, a fair chance for the competing parties to come to power. Now look at you. Suppose you say that in democracy there must be the political parties, so there must be two or more than two political parties existed. Okay, must be existed there. Why they must be existed? Because due to their presence, at the same time, all the political parties would come together in the sense to contest the election. They would have the fight of election there. That is called competition, we'll say. Okay, to compete the election, they would come together and any one of the parties would win the election and it would form the government. Okay, did you get it? So suppose any party, if suppose it wants to come into the power, so have it has to compete the election. Now let us understand the different types or the systems of parties, especially the political party. In that, we will see one party system. One party system is something where in the entire country there is only one system, means one party that is existing there. That is existing there. And the most important thing, while the one party system is running in the country, so it is obvious to understand nobody can interfere into the decision making process. Okay, where the one party system is existing, the person who belongs to that one party system would become the head of the country, isn't it? So what is the function of the one party system? One party system, oh sorry, party controls and runs the government. No free competition for power. Means no free competition in the sense exactly there is no competition because another party is not existed there to compete with the already existed party. No opposition. Another feature is no opposition. This may be the lottery to that party. This may be the lottery to that party. And such kind of party systems are going on in these countries like China, North Korea. Here the dictatorship is going on. Cuba, in such countries or these countries, one party system is going on there. Means what would happen there? There would be no competition, no free and fair elections over there, and no party would be sitting into the opposition to bring out the failures or the faults of particular ruling party. Did you get it? Okay. So these are the merits of such parties. Means one party system. What are the demerits? It is not a democratic option, I think. Means in this opinion, this is not actually the one party, or sorry, the democratic country or opinion. No any opposition to criticize government. I just told you, means no one would be there to bring out the failure or faults of the ruling party. Another thing is no fair chance for competing parties to come to power. There would be no competition as there is no opposition party. Did you get it? Did you get it, beta?
Yes, sir.
You just don't listen to me. You have to respond. Okay. So the board question which was asked on this topic was in 2016. Why is one party system not considered a good democratic system? See, one thing I'm telling you. Suppose you are writing these points. So beta, while writing these points, whatever I have explained in regard of these points, you have to write that. Okay, giving these points. Don't write only points. You have to explain as well. Did you get it? Okay. Suppose here examples only is written like China, North Korea, Cuba. So you have to write examples. The following are the countries where the one party system is going on and only one party is ruling there. These countries are China, North Korea, Cuba. Like this, you have to extend the sentences. Did you get it? Hello? Did you get it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All the students have to respond at once. Okay. Those are not the audience only. The deaf audience. I don't think that the deaf audience is sitting in my in front of me. Okay. I think all can hear me, right? This time also nobody hears me. Okay.
Yes.
Now let us understand two-party system. Do you know how many parties are there? Main parties in India? I think I told you. There are main parties, means those are called the national parties. There are in total 7 parties, 7 national parties which are existing in the country, but they are called national. But in general, there are more than 750 political parties. Okay, wo hai. 750, more than 750 parties are existing in India. More than 750 parties are existing in India. Did you get it? Let us understand now two-party system or bi-party system. Bi means two. Okay, bi means two. So while speaking of two-party systems or two-party system, under this system, what happened? Several parties may exist, but only two main dominant parties would be there, would be existed. Did you get it? And these means two of these have a serious chance of winning a majority of seats and forming the government. For example, USA and UK. These are two countries where two-party system is going on. The government is there. Now, what happened in two-party system? See, this is one, this is second, this is first, and this is second. So competition would be in between two. Means it is definite that one will win the election and another will lose the election. Is it clear to you all? It is obvious scenario that two-party nation or two-party system has the completely obvious results of elections. that one party is going to win the election with majority and another is going to lose the election. Understood? And the party which is losing the government or who is losing the the election, that will sit in opposition. It is obvious there. Am I clear to you all? Power usually changes between two main dominant parties. This is the merit. Okay. Then other parties may exist. Other parties may exist and can also win few seats in national legislature. Other parties, those who are not the main parties, leaving these two parties, those who are powerful. People have choice to vote for any one party or any party. Other parties sit as opposition. See, we have discussed that the dominant two parties are having stiff competition there, or the tough competition over there among themselves, isn't it? Am I clear? But other small parties are also contesting the election and the votes may be diversified from this side to that side. Understood? And people are having different choices to cast their votes, isn't it? The party who is losing the election, that sits in the opposition. What are the merits of two-party system? Stability and smooth functioning of government. What is kind of stability there? Stability is something where there is no competition, and due to this, the ruling party doesn't have to think much about the opposition parties. Understood? Now, one example I would like to tell you here about India, and that is, suppose we have more than 750 parties existing here in India. There are only 7 parties which are called as national parties. Okay. Nowadays that Aam Aadmi Party is also listed over there. So while contesting the election in Lok Sabha, not only these 7 parties, but these 750 parties at their regional or state or whatever the level of those parties is. Okay. On that level, they also contest the election. And they just cut the votes of the ruling party, or the of the dominant parties. Okay, for that only they are prepared over there. And while doing so, the one party or the the one party, I would say the one, because that is going to win the election with majority. And suppose it does not happen, that no parties among all 7 parties, okay, they did not get, or any one of that party is not getting majority, so any party would be there which will be close to the majority, but it did not cross, or it does not cross the majority number. But suppose we need 270 seats to be won there in the election, okay, to get the majority. But suppose any party is getting only 260 numbers, but it is the largest party who has got such magical number over there. Understood? Now it is lacking in total 12 numbers of the members or representatives who have won the election. Now this party who has got 260, it will borrow the elected members from other parties. The party who will give its hand to the majority winning party. Who is the majority winning party? This 260 is. Okay. So these 12 members would be added to this, and the number would be plus there to win the election with majority, and that is 272 in India. Okay. Did you get it? Such kind of government is, suppose it is existing over there, so it is called as aligned government. Okay, allied government, or the government with support. Okay, another word is there, coalition government. this kind of government is existing over there then. Okay, if suppose the ruling party or the largest number of members winning party is not touching to the magical number of winning the election clearly, okay, one-sided election, that time they may have or they may borrow the other members from other parties, okay, some members from other parties, and they may form the coalition government there. Okay, so such kind of government is having stability, presence of opposition good for democracy. It is very very necessary. And why is it very necessary? I told you already. Okay, because opposition party always tries to pull out the failures and faults of the ruling party. Understood? Satvik, put your device at one place. Okay, beta. It prompt decisions may be taken and implemented. Prompt decisions in the sense what? Suppose they are means one party who has won the election, that may have or that would have the wholesale rights to take the decisions, and in those decisions nobody can interfere in that. Another demerits are what are the demerits? Now those were the merits. Only two parties have chances of winning majority of seats and limited choices for voters. Yes, suppose A and B, these two parties are only there, and other parties which are existed over there, okay, but they are not means they are negligible in the sense. Okay, I would like to means I just wanted to say negligible means they don't have that much majority and that much followers. Okay, so these two parties are having tough competition in between them, and there is only a chance with one party to win the election. Got it? This is the demerit of such kind of party system, that is called two party system. Now let us understand the multi-party system. The multi-party system. Multi means more than two. Okay, so when more than two parties have a reasonable chance of coming to power, it is called multi-party system. Coming to power can be two ways. Now it's best example, would you like to tell me the recent elections were conducted in 5 states in India. So what happened in Punjab? Nobody is speaking at all. Hello, are you all there, beta? You may tell it in chat box as well if you want. See, in the last Vidhan Sabha elections, means legislative assembly elections, I'm telling you about Punjab. In Punjab, all the parties, they contested the election. All the parties, those who are major parties, what did they do? All the parties contested the election. Okay, but Aam Aadmi Party, it grabbed the opportunity. Did Baba, one second. Aam Aadmi Party grabbed the opportunity there. Now you just tell me, is it a big party than Congress and BJP? At least you may answer this. Don't sit dumb there. Hello, are you there all? Please turn on your videos. All will turn on the videos, please. Okay, only Sharanya has turned on her video. What about others? I asked one question that you are not answering me. Why the AAP means Aam Aadmi Party had or has grabbed the opportunity? What was the reason there? You okay? Even if suppose you do not know, so better at least you may say, sir, ID means I don't know. At least these three words at least you may speak out, right? Purjali? Yes. At least these three words. Okay. Aam Aadmi Party has won the election over there because the inclination of the common people was fed up towards Congress as well as BJP. Why am I taking these two parties name only? Because they were the prominent or they are the prominent parties in India right now. Okay, they have majority of the followers, and in all the states, almost in all the states, the means they are having their offices and they are having the great quantity of their followers. But still, Aam Aadmi Party was able to form the government in Punjab, that too with majority. Okay, it means every party which is involved in the election that has a reasonable chance to coming into the power. That point only I wanted to tell you. Any party first is getting majority on alone. One party gains majority and forms the government, one party among these parties, and there is a tough competition. Alliance, I just told you about the coalition government here. That is also called as alliance. When several parties join hands to fight elections together to come to power, it is called as an alliance. When multi parties they come together to just win the election as one, that is called alliance. For example, in 2004 there were three such alliances like UPA, that is uh, United Progressive Alliance. NDA, this is Congress. Okay, what is this? Congress. NDA, National Democratic Alliance, that is BJP, and left front the other parties. Okay, who are these other parties? Yes, Balaji or someone has raised his hand. Who has raised the hand? Was there any confusion, beta, or any problem?
No, sir.
Okay. So such kind of alliance can be formed over there if they want to contest the election as one. Okay, multi parties can come together. The board exam, in board exams, there was a question in 2011 and 12 also consecutively. What is multi-party system? Explain merits and demerits of multi-party system. Again, I'm telling you, the things which are given in points over here, those things you have to explain. Okay, you have to means write more than 2 or 3 points. Okay, for 1 point. What are the merits of multi-party system? This system allows a variety of interests and opinions to enjoy political representation. That different religions, castes, races get passed in the parties and government. Means lots of people they are involved in the multi parties and they may contest the elections as well. Nowadays in our country, though it is a democratic country, the reservation is being imposed while contesting the election. Means the major categories which are existed in India, like general category, OBC, SC, ST, NT, VJNT. Okay, these kind of means these caste categories, they are having now reservation. Let me write it again. They got the reservation in the election process while contesting it. Means the government or the constitution wants to have all the people who belong to different religion, caste, race, okay, they may contest the election and they should contest the election at every level. Okay, means suppose only OBC people, suppose that reservation would not be given, so only OBC people, for example, it is okay, only OBC people would win the election and what others will do. It is just an example. Okay, so the means all the parties, or sorry, all the religious people and all the caste, they must get the same opportunity to become the representative of their particular constituencies. Okay, this is the first merit. Second merit is people have choice between several candidates. Yes, it is the best democratic performer where all the citizens are having different choices with the different candidates, looking at their faces, looking at their works, looking at their behavior with the common people. These common people, they decide that who should win the election. At that time, even they do not see to which party does that person belong. Understood? They just see the person. If the person's or the candidate's nature or behavior is good with the common people. Another merit is it is more democratic option of all party system. Of all party system. Did you get? So multi-party system is existing in India. Did you get it? In India, multi-party system is existed. Now, what could be the demerits of such multi-party system? It is difficult for a party to gain full majority. I just told you. Suppose it is not getting the full majority, so it has to form the government in coalition. Coalition form. As many times in India it happens. As no single party was able to get the full majority. As it happens, it happened in 2014. Okay, in 2014, BJP had got 303 means seats. It won there. Means it was the one-sided winning. Okay, or the full majority. It was gained by BJP, and that is why there was no coalition government at that time since 2014 to 2019. Okay, within these 5 years, there was no coalition government. But after that, in 2019, there was a coalition. Now also in India, the coalition government is going on. Okay, it is ruling over there. This part means nobody, no party gains the full support or full majority there. This system appears very messy, that is complex and confusing. For whom? For those who are conducting the election. So who conducts the election in India? ECI, that is Election Commission of India. Election Commission of India. This is the office from where all over the country the elections are being held. Okay, and it is very confusing for them to contest the means to just take the proper and fair and free election. Okay, as many of the candidates in India, not in India but all over the world, they want to bribe the voters. They want to just threaten them. Okay, these are the things that are going on, and that is why it is called as complex and confusing. It leads to political instability. Why is it say so? Why is it say so? That it leads towards the political instability. Why? Because every now and then, I'm telling you about the years. Every now and then years, the government is being changed. Why? Because the last government was not able to fulfill with the grievances or with the solutions, okay, of the common people, and that is why this time the government is changed because of the voters' choice. That is why most of the times this coalition government and the government or the country which is having democratic or the multi-party system, it doesn't have stability there. Okay, most of the times the elections are being held. Vote bank politics is given preferences. Vote bank policies. Now politics in our country, especially means regarding India, it is totally based on religion and caste. See, don't take it otherwise. These are not my opinions. I'm telling you the truth. What is there? Most of the candidates are winning the elections only because of their religion or caste people, because their majority is great or greater than other people who are residing in the same constituency. Understood? So multi-party system is giving the vote bank preference first, or vote bank politics. It delayed the decisions. Why does it delay? Uh, does it delay the decision making process? Because see, one party which is ruling the country, second party which is sitting in the opposition. Definitely, the ruling party is doing something good. Opposition party would see that decision and would definitely oppose it, even if it is good for the common people. That is why in our country, most of the bills are pending in the parliament. They are not passed even today. Okay, many of the bills are pending over there. Why? Only because suppose the bill is passed in Lok Sabha, so it will be not passed in Rajya Sabha. Whereas the what is the condition that the bill should become the law? It should be passed with all the concerns of all the representatives sitting in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. At least two-third majority is necessary to become that bill as law. Okay, and even apart from this, suppose in both the houses the bill is passed, still it goes to the president for final consent. And suppose the president doesn't want, or he finds any discrepancy there, so he may send that bill back to the parliament and may ask for the necessary changes. Did you get it? Understood? And in this way, the decisions which are very important or benefited or beneficial for the common people, they are getting late, okay, to become the laws. Did you get it this point? Huh? Which party system is better? Now this is a big question. Which party system is better? Actually, party system is not something that any country can choose. Means it is not depending upon the party system. To run the government, it's not necessary to have the parties. In the sense, choice for the parties. It evolves actually over a long time, depending on the nature of the society, its social and even regional divisions, its history of politics, and even its system of elections. So such party that are having such characteristics, these cannot be changed very quickly. The party which is available in the country, in which society does it belong, to which society does it belong, then social and regional divisions, then history of politics, election system, such kind of things are being observed. Each country, it develops a party system that is conditioned by its special circumstances. Means the in the country, means every country who develops party system, like it is one party system or two party system or multi-party system. Okay, actually they see the condition by its special circumstances where the party was able or not to handle the country in the past time. No system is ideal for countries and all situations as well. There, while we are talking about the multi-party system or two-party system or single party, means no party system is ideal for any country or in any situation. Therefore, a party system has to be chosen as per own needs and circumstances. It is very, very difficult to say that this party system is good and that party system is bad, because it is not necessary that upon which party we are relying, that party would not fraud with us, would not cheat us. Okay, lots of things are there which may not be considered while contesting election and while going for the for casting the vote. India adopted a multi-party system. Why? One second. Hello.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. It was mute. And I totally explained. Nobody told me that I was mute. By mistake it was. India adopted a multi-party system. This again I'm repeating again it. Why is it adopted? Because India belongs to the biodiversities and it has many social and geographical diversities, differences. There are differences in language, there are differences in traditions, there are differences in way of leading the life. Second thing is a multi-party system better suits the condition of and circumstances of India. Even the multi-party system, which is having only 2 or 3 parties, it would not be able to handle all of its social and geographical diversity. That is why multi-party system is necessary. Why is it says multi-party? Because there are 7 parties which are national parties, and other than these parties, they are regional parties. Which parties are those? Regional parties. And regional party members or regional party leaders may understand the problems of the people from that region. Understood? Multi-party system allows a variety of interests and opinions to enjoy political representation. Means, suppose one constituency is here, so many of the parties can put their candidates to contest the election over here, and the voters who are going to cast their votes, okay, to these people, among these people, that would be an enjoyable time for them. And many of them, means common people, many of the common people would put their interest in the particular person or in the particular party. Multi-party system makes India more democratic with more choices and competitions. Definitely. If suppose there are 2 or 3 parties only, so there would be no choices among the people and there would be less competition. If the multi-party system is existing there and it has more than 3 or 4 parties, so there would be tough competition among the representatives or the leaders, and the people would also they put their choices over there on the basis of that. So from this we can understand that that the conditions in India demand from multi-party system to give due and proper representation to the variety of interest and views of people coming from different religion, caste, and societies. I just told you that people who belong to different societies and caste and religion, they would not be able to understand the different way of language, okay, or the different language in their region. For that, the local leader would work, local leader, and it is not necessary that local leader would belong to the national party. It may means that person may join the regional party as well. Okay, so any other party system other than multi-party system would be injustice to the to the diversity of India. I told you here the example of Arunachal Pradesh and Assam and Gujarat, they are in Kashmir and Tamil Nadu. Suppose there is only 2 or 4 leaders and they have to run or rule the country. Suppose they are going, that person is belonging to Maharashtra and he has to go to Assam or Arunachal Pradesh. So Marathi would not be used over there. And even if the leader is talking or speaking to the common people in Marathi, so they would not able to understand anything else, okay, from that particular leader. In this case, there would be no justice with the diversity as we are not respecting them, their religion or even their caste and community and their society with their language. Did you get it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So whatever is left, that is a homework for you, because tomorrow I kept the test upon means on this lesson, sorry, chapter. The whole chapter would be included there. Okay, so you have to go through the chapter, and any doubt if you have, so you may ask. But it does not mean that I will not take this this chapter again. I'll take this chapter again. Okay. Again, in the sense, what is left over there, I would be explaining in the next class. But for test only, you have to read the whole chapter. Got it? Thank you very much for joining the class.
Sir, sir,
Yes.
can you send that PDF, sir, in classroom? Google
Okay,
Class?
okay, I'm sending that.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Have a nice time. Good night.